Correct?
I think that's wise.
That's correct.
Okay. It feels like each one of you wants to do a thing.
I think that's probably.
I also want to show the head of Gedrin Lamb to the half hag of Trashwell.
Half hag. Okay. Visit the half hag. What else do you guys want to do?
I will attempt to finish reading at least once the book about me becoming a god. And I will tell people though, like I'll tell Luudo and maybe Tech when I do it to come check on me because it seems really engaging and maybe I'll just never stop.
I wouldn't mind picking up a certain package at my house.
What was the book called?
When I look at it's the belief of the source how Professor Henry Sinclair Chalmers became a god.
Right, and this thing is actually called The Book of True and Hidden Faith. Okay,
Yes.
so the book.
I want to read it at least once.
I think we need to identify a few things as well.
That's probably true.
Yep. So some IDing.
Including an unstone and a package at my place?
Yes. ID and then package. Package at Feroesae. Anything on your end?
Luudo was actually very excited to go get Zeph's permit with him. He's never really explored around all the mages
we
and
gotta
such.
go to the museum too.
We should definitely wind the
And then
golem.
Yeah, we gotta set the goal.
we'll say that you guys do that.
Fix the gate with the chain.
This is stuff that could be done during downtime.
Yeah.
The trip to Wizard's Alley up on the plateau level. Let's say that for after downtime.
Okay.
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 Also use a bunch of page
I will set up the visit to the I'll set up visit to the plateau as the end of tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'll use the page-bound epiphany a whole bunch to research Balbodnatha.
The ancient one, now that I've started to accumulate candles and various curio, at least one curio from his followers, I'll do spooky research.
Okay.
Spooky research. Maybe check the tarot. Probably every once in a while we'll check the tarot cards to see if anything's going on with them.
Alright, so this is kind of stuff that happens near the end of your downtime. You guys still have the 20 effective days of crafting. We can finish that up offline if you want. So the Book of Hidden Faith, you end up reading this thing cover to cover, savoring every word. Again, it fills your head full of ideas of what. It doesn't tell you how. Step 1, collect underpants. Step 3, profit. It's kind of reads like that, but it says it so eloquently, almost like the book is speaking to you directly. It is hitting the right chords. If the book to your brain is like a well-fitting glove to a hand, your hand. At the end of reading this book, I want you to put next to your deity on your character sheet, yourself.
Oh god.
Yes, I believe in myself, damn it. That's beautiful. So I'm no longer an atheist?
No, you believe in your own godhood.
Oh, that's
to the point where you may even start to adopt rituals to worship yourself.
I definitely will. I mean, my whole life I like to treat as a
self-aggrandizing.
Who was your nanny while you were reading this book? Who did you ask to look after, like to come and check on you while you were reading this book?
I'll see. It'll probably be a component of like who's around. If Luudo's not doing anything with Manny, it won't ever be Manny.
Okay.
Right. He doesn't like that.
Who is super interested? I think Tech. I will appeal to our our shared language of bugs and really just lay it out in a very bug-like fashion. Check on me in X number of hours, knock the book out of my hand if I don't respond, that sort of thing.
Would Tech see the book as the same thing?
Zephyros, maybe too.
So Tech babysits you for a while. I need perception checks from the other group, from the other people in the party. Because Tech ends up really appreciating that that the weak professor is taking a great interest in the holy book of the Iron God. And doesn't interrupt him as much as he should. You make sure that he's fed, but you don't think that the professor's sleeping properly.
20.
The person with the highest perception check will notice first.
Matt,
you could also
good job.
sub in sense motive if your sense motive is higher.
My sense motives and perception are both equally shit.
Okay, so who got the highest? 31?
Yep.
So Feroesae, you notice that the professor hasn't come down for breakfast in a few days. And when you kind of casually asked, Texarac Gat you saw was bringing the breakfast up to the professor. Professor is busy.
Did he find something? Is he
He is learning about the great
Checking
god
out
of
stuff?
war.
Oh. Well,
He's
alright
reading
then.
that book, says Manny.
I think he needs to get it over with and then he can give it back.
I want to read the next.
I'm sure you do. It looks interesting. 1,001 pages?
Yes.
Alright then, take him his breakfast.
Nice.
He's fine, I think, you know. He'll be alright.
So
Who's got the next highest perception check?
It's alright.
Zephyros had a 20.
Had a 20? Okay, so
Zephyros, you're like,
where did my good brush go to? And you manage to walk down to the occult parlor, and you see the professor is in the middle of a sermon to himself, about himself.
he is naked because he is he.
And he has his brush, and he's been writing on the walls
Some of his scripture,
and he's basically
off of his rocker when you come across him.
Zephyros does not want to get close to him, so he casts Mage Hand and gives him a slap from afar.
okay.
Mage Hand can't actually do any damage, but there is a nudge from a Mage Hand. You can see Zephyros staring at you. You've let's say in your 2 or 3 days of kind of like bonker, like you stop sleeping, you're hallucinating, you're on this euphoric high. You started saving your pee in jars because it is your pee, you know. you text him bringing you your meals. You interpret it in your mind for a while as him giving you offerings.
So there are bowls of rotten food all around you. You're dirty as hell.
Just disheveled.
Give me another will save.
Which room is this?
This is his occult parlor where this is going on.
Oh, good. Not the public library.
23.
Okay,
You seeing Zephyros, you're like, oh yeah, the brush, and that seemed to just sort of snap you out of this particular frothing. You got a lot of ideas by just letting the ideas flow, but you realize you are really hungry and you're really tired, and Zephyros needs his good brush back.
Oh, Zephyros! I believe you're looking for this. I will walk over and hand it to him, and then I will say, I think I'll get some lunch.
And I will walk downstairs naked.
Alright, if you check on the professor a little bit later, he's basically passed out in a half bowl of soup as he's gone on a 3-day sort of journey into the
Nude.
faith of Professor Henry Sinclair Chalmers III.
Professor,
What?
After you're done napping in your soup, you should go see puddles.
Oh,
You should spend a lot of time with puddles.
yes. Oh, I'm good.
From there, Zephyros goes to.
you. Dude,
Quite right. I will.
go and hit the sauna and clean up.
Maybe
You,
take a nap.
you see the book of True and Hidden Faith, which you see as the golden tome of the God of Many Hands, that could probably teach you his word and how to become rich at the same time. You also know the professor's acting very, very strangely, and you get by the weird attempts at making his own image on the wall in ink and other more unsavory liquids, because it's you. Maybe the book shouldn't be touched. Are you doing anything with the book, or are you going to go over and talk to Manny and Luudo? You catch Manny and Luudo, they're playing a game of... Oh, I meant to ask you guys this. Entertainment is a thing.
Yeah.
What inexpensive forms of entertainment do you have in your manor?
Arm wrestling.
Well, yeah, I guess
The professor has the professor with books.
Yeah,
The
and
professor has
drinking.
books, right?
I'm saying the professor with the book.
So you've got books and news leaves
and probably some books that are not like just about knowledge. You've probably got some like badly written plays and horrible romance novels and that sort.
The lusty Argonian maid.
sure.
We've got sauna, we've got
Sauna, so you've got
a
physical.
magic performance area,
You do have a magic performance area.
Throw some
and
jams
a garden.
What game?
There's a
What
lot of gardening
what-
that I should do.
what game is Manny and Luudo playing right now?
They're doing 5-finger fillet.
I realized that the game that I thought that was called Mumbly Peg, but that's not what Mumbly Peg is. That's a different.
So you win this every time because Manny's pretty slow. He doesn't like this game.
And he wins arm wrestling every time.
Right. What game are you playing that is sort of even? Is there a card game that you guys like to play?
Sleight
Or
of hand anyways.
What's that?
Yeah, I have a better sleight of hand anyways. We play Sippy Punches. It's a game where we try and keep a mug as steady as possible, take a sip, and then push each other and try and knock beer out of the mug.
Okay. There's a drunken game of sippy punches going on when Zephyros pops his head into Luudo's lounge. This place is like trashed furniture, weapons lying everywhere. Drinking, Manny's halfway through a cigar while playing sippy punches. He's just laughing at Luudo as Luudo's trying to make him fall.
So Zephyros, as he peeks his head and he goes, Luudo, you're an alchemist, right?
Yeah.
Can you disinfect this paintbrush?
Oh, God. It reeks. Yeah, hold on. Ludo's gonna grab it and dip it in Manny's mug and swish it around.
Manny drops his mug onto the table. It's yours now. He goes over to the decanter where there's we're supposed to be more beer. We're out, and he pushes his way by Zephyros to go down.
But yeah,
Thanks, Luudo.
I'll get it actually done. Can I do a check to kind of maybe put it in at the barber place where they put the combs in the?
Yeah, this is a menial task
Okay.
for. You don't know how there's liquid shit on this nice brush though, or you may
Yes.
not want to know.
What did you do? Tuskers generally don't have hair. What do you use this thing for?
I didn't buy tickets on the way in, so I have no idea what the professor was doing with it. All I can tell you is he was naked, he was collecting stuff, and it seemed vile.
Oh, I gotta see that.
You just gotta go outside and see it. He's not wearing a stitch of clothing.
Lou's gonna hop off the table and take off underneath his legs out into the hall.
Yeah, you go in and look at the occult parlor. It's like, how did I miss this?
How long have we been in there?
You have some items that you wanted to ID.
Yes.
Are they in a list somewhere, or
I believe they are on the loot and treasure.
cool?
We have the Malavella ring.
Yeah. Let me check my DM notes before I just pull things in my ass.
Yeah, we've had enough pulling things out of people's ass.
Yep. Thugs, Fleshworks, Mokrenom. This is all Villa Malavella.
Yeah.
Okay. My ass it is.
The Malavellan ring.
It's a 2-finger, sort of signet ring or seal symbol. It's not a seal.
Secondary effect is it gets by the alarm spell, so bypass alarm spell on front door of manor.
The primary ability
Is that it's a ring of protection +2. Okay.
We have a magical beard / tusk / mandible ring.
Ah, yes. This thing is called it's called a breath of fresh air, and it gives a constant
air bubble around wearer.
Cool.
Must be worn on beard, tusk, mandible, or other similar feature.
We have the satyrs pipes. They might just be masterwork darkwood panpipes.
No, they actually have some magic about them. Satyr Pathfinder. There's a set of spells that it increases the DC of by 1 when you use this as a
Focus.
a focus.
Nice. Good.
So the satyr's pipes are description, beautiful dark wood pan flute with sylvan markings on them, with sylvan runes etched and filled with silver. Powers. If used as a musical focus during spell casting, we'll say that's a move action. The pipes grant a +2 DC to the following spells. Charm, person, fear, sleep, and suggestion. Following spells or spelling abilities.
Nice. Would that apply to the sleep hex?
I think sleep hexes are supernatural.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, we're gonna call them the greater satyrs pipes, as not all satyrs have pipes that good. A +2 bonus is pretty significant.
That is, yeah, very nice. I would
Alright.
probably find a way to take and memorize those spells.
What are the next things? It looks like everything else has been identified.
Peacock cloak that radiates minor transmutation and abjuration.
Oh, it's a peacock's cloak. Yeah, it caught the wind really well, right?
Yeah, it did.
Where is that listed?
Above the Azerbond ring,
Got
a little bit further down. Above the silver tray with two something I couldn't hear, Marty.
Cloak. So the peacock cloak.
I couldn't hear what Marty was saying. What went with it?
I think it was like a tea serving set.
Yeah.
It's a acts as a ring of featherfall and a +1 cloak of resistance.
Makes sense.
The featherfall is a secondary power.
Nice. That is the preferred ordering.
That is for future.
Enchanting.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it.
Unless you're ready with the stone.
Which stone?
Stone pack from the package.
No, we'll go back. At the same time, you're probably checking on his master. You're probably
makes
going to go back and get the
Good, good.
stone.
Well, we also do have to deal with the little girl when
Yeah,
we
yeah,
the
that-
things there.
So Zephyr's master. I'll ask if you're closing up shop at any of these other places. Like, are you? And then the girl servant.
That's right. We probably need to give her a room as well.
Okay. Use Fey contacts, then research about Bodnothep. So use Fey contacts. What does that mean?
Fey contacts lets me treat any area with Fey in it as a settlement for purposes of trade in goods, and also allows me to gather information to learn about the surrounding areas and people.
So this is a power of Fey courtier, which is an archetype of bard, which
Yes.
you are.
Yep.
And you're second level, so you can basically base value 50 gold pieces, purchase limit 500.
Yeah.
So you basically summon Fey to you out of the wilderness. They act as a little merchant,
Little market. Yeah.
market. And then you're gathering information about the residence geography or nearby areas with diplomacy. That's hilarious.
Isn't that cool?
That is awesome. Okay, so let me look up Fey for a second and figure out who the fuck lives in this little stunted forest
We can
valley.
do that later if you want.
No, I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah, cool. So there are 5 topics that I'm interested in, and we've got enough time that I can.
How often can you do this?
I think I can just sort of treat the area that I'm in as if it is a settlement of that size.
Got it. There were tons of Fey in this in this area of the wood.
I probably don't need to gather them all together. I can probably just talk to one, and they'll talk to others, and transactions will kind of happen.
Sure, but there is a spokesperson amongst the Fey.
Perfect.
I need a name for a Fey creature.
Martleby?
Martleby.
It's like Marty, but Bartleby.
You got that in the text I sent you?
Pixie
I was going to
name.
say you don't want my guess.
Alright, let's look at pixie name generator.
The first one comes up, Martleby.
That'd be amazing.
Martleby, what the fuck? Okay.
So if you could throw together websites quickly enough and get them into the search results.
I need a pixie image. Of course, I'm going to get somebody named Pixie.
Sure.
Fairy.
Get a picture of Frank Black.
Tina Fey. That was a pretty good one, Neil.
Tina Fey, is that what you... Alright. The spokesperson for a small clan of pixies Malbut's eyes are fixated.
Their wings.
Now,
I actually mentioning him, Albert. I just wanted to say, are we going to keep his bedroom named guest suite or change it to Malbert's room or something? Is he going to stay here?
Oh, I mean, it's probably his place until we solve his problem.
okay.
But we'll have to feed him and put up with his complaining until we do.
It's tentative, but you manage to put out the right offerings and they start to disappear. Little bowls of milk and berries, the right sigils made out of like little Blair Witch stick art, the right calls and noises, and eventually you, after about 3 days, you do finally make contact with 2 fairies that have been elected by the fairies that live in the Malavella Valley to represent the Fae of the Malavella Valley. One of the Fae you kind of groan when you see coming forward and being really slavish in its behavior is a tooth fairy.
God.
The ones that lived in the manor are not the only ones that lived in the valley. Let me grab a tooth fairy
Token?
It's not Plek. We need a good tooth fairy name.
Tooth Fairy 14?
I was going gingivitis right away.
I mean, all the other tooth fairies we had were numbered, so Tooth Fairy 14, 15?
Javera?
Javera, I like it.
With the G?
Yep. So you receive them in the court of the Jerks. So move your token there, and I will
You
put
bet.
down these tokens. Is it just you that's there to receive them, or are you inviting others to show them that you've got special powers?
Me and Pixel.
Okay.
No, I'm kind of a loner.
I might walk by like on the way somewhere.
Oh yeah, and anybody who walks by is welcome to sit down in the court.
All right, let's
Are you wearing a banana hammock yet?
I put clothes back on at some point.
Okay, I'm just checking, but you would never know.
and you called the thing what? Genera?
Javera?
Javera. Gevera.
Gingivitis.
Oh, it's so nice for new people to come here to Villa Malavella. It's such a different place now that you're here. By the way, what happened to all the... I don't care about the other tooth fairies, but the other teeth would be nice to know if you're using them.
I'm not. I could give you some of them as a token of my goodwill.
Those teeth were gotten. Ill-gotten. Those teeth were not given.
No, I'm sure they were taken, little one.
The voice is a little bit louder, perhaps from a creature approximately your size. She appears like
Oh, she's a pixie?
she's a pixie.
Oh, pixies are small.
Pixies are small.
Sweet.
She has beautiful wings.
Kind of leans down with her head
With her head in her hands.
Ah, you're much better looking than the creature that dwelled here. Is it dead?
Oh, very dead.
What about its teeth?
We have cleansed this place of the city dwellers that came to despoil these lands and saw down your trees and fill the place with disease. Malavella himself is dead and reanimated. His bones now wander the place. How fitting, I suppose.
What about the vile Gedrin who hunted us?
Ah, Gedrin. Do you wish to see his head?
Oh yes, heads contain teeth, and teeth are very exciting.
Oh, his teeth have been pulled already by your friends.
Gedwin not vile, he bring many teeth to the valley. Oh, he dead. But what do you do with his teeth?
He was full of disease. A wicked man. A corrupt man.
It's no matter. He's still good.
Quiet, you wretched thing.
I will give you some teeth at the end of our discussion if it goes well.
Oh, goody.
Yes, Gedrin is gone, and there was a satyr that was his seneschal, I think.
The satyr did not speak for us.
No, us. Although some people followed. Some of us followed him, and others,
Doesn't
others
matter
followed
much.
him
He
did.
doesn't speak for anyone anymore.
Is he dead too?
He is dead too.
Oh, goody. What pretell did you do with his teeth?
I think I put them in the bag with the others.
Oh, there's a bag? Nobody told me there's a bag.
Shut up, you vile thing.
It's my bag. And I will give them out to those who please me.
Perhaps you'll trade for it. Although, I doubt you'll want anything from the tooth fairies.
We've got, leftover teeth.
Yeah.
I
think-
know. Leftover teeth are bad.
I'm less interested in what's in their mouths than what's gone into their ears.
You put tooth in ears? You're weird.
But yes, the conversation will be long and boring, I'm sure. What is your name? I'm Feroesae.
I'm Javera.
She raises an eyebrow. Sun Broomlashes.
Do you know Plek?
My friends call me Sunny.
Oh, Plek, one of us, yes.
We freed
He's
Plek.
missing for a long time.
He's loose in the city somewhere.
He brave enough to go to city. Lots of teeth there.
He was captured and taken there in a cage.
Oh, yes, captured
But we
back.
let him out.
Oh, good.
Sunny, what a pleasure to meet you. I'm Feroesae and this is Pixel.
What a pleasant creature Pixel is.
Yes. Pixel's a very good friend. Rescued from the clutches of Gedrin Lamb herself.
I assume that you're taking up residence here. We've noticed the sawing and hacking and cleaning and burying.
We thought that we would be better stewards of this small place in the valley than its previous residents.
Are all the other tooth fairies here dead?
And I do so like to stretch out here in the wilderness. So much nicer than that place of stone and disease.
So you don't intend to hunt us for our dust?
No, I don't.
What about the other lumbering luggards that you're with?
Well, we do have a bit of a problem related to dust. You see, what's his name?
Malbut?
Malbut. Malbut here made an enemy of a gang of criminals in the city that are selling the dust that Gedrin collected.
She looks at the Fae. Remember, we have a truce.
Oh, yes, we know before.
And they want more dust of him.
Spider, as she says.
Yes, Spider. I don't want to give him any more dust. I want to kill him. Or poison him or something. If you've got any ideas.
He has one of ours. One of ours that we want back.
Excellent.
While some may think he is annoying, we enjoy his antics.
Tell me of this captain, friend of yours.
Though many have been captured, but we know what happens to those who are valuable. This one, we believe, is still alive, although kept in a cage like a pet. I believe it's called a mockingjay. My notes. He's a mocking fae. Likely kept around as a cool joke.
Have you any fake powders that we might use as bait?
She. We mourn for the loss of ours.
As do I.
A mocking fae looks like a sprite, but with a body of with brilliant colored plumes, and a humanoid head. These creatures can
How lovely.
Take on the guise of
any creature of any size. But it does not change size itself.
Ah, yes.
I need a good name, or a good name that
thesaurus that
kind of jest, or like a synonym of jest, or mock.
Jape is a decent one.
Jape. I like it. His name is Jape. If he is still alive,
we would appreciate if you
Mr. Return.
to us.
I think that we will not be able to avoid the spiders' attempts to ensnare us. And I don't think he'll be able to avoid coming to a poor end if he wishes to engage in such a way.
Be careful of the spider's weapons, and the weapons of his cronies. They know of cold iron. They know of Bane.
Thank you.
Oh, yes! Get hit by one of those crossbows and you explode! Tea everywhere!
We have quite a few folks that are friends of mine now that are not Fae.
Yes, we noticed.
They are loud.
You are correct. I have taken up residence in a more remote part of the manor.
Is there something you want from us?
You're the one that
Called us to you.
Oh, yes, it took many days of arguing to figure out who comes to
yes.
speak to you.
Absolutely. I wanted to learn more about the valley. And I wanted to talk about how we could live together in the valley in peace.
What do you want to know?
Who else resides in this valley?
Give me a diplomacy check for gathering information.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Did you, when you know this is about to happen, do you ask for that wand you know I've been carrying around? Enhanced diplomacy wand?
No, I didn't. If you wander by,
Yeah, I will.
you can poke me with it.
I'll wander by with a cup of tea from checking on my skeleton. I was like, oh, Feroesae, we have company?
Yes, this is Sunny and Javera.
Sunny disappears when the professor kind of comes in, and the tooth fairy's like,
Oh, he's got such old teeth.
They are representatives of the Fae that live in the valley around us.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I've just been talking with them about the previous residents and their fate, and our desire to take up residence here.
is
Yes.
this after the professor has recovered from his religious?
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would assume I'm not naked and unbathed.
Although
Rambling
that
to myself.
might not be offensive to them.
Yep.
We'll say that you're naked and unbathed.
Just drinking tea.
For some reason I can't.
Maybe we should leave that up to a dice to decide.
Have you visited the washroom?
I was just on my way there.
Nice. I'm going to learn a bit about our surroundings.
In that case, I will reach into my heel
Pocket at this point
and
draw out a wand,
Of course.
and I will hand it. Can you cast this spell? Do I know that about you? I've never seen you do it. I probably know enough about the spell to know if it's used by witches or bards. I would think
I
bards.
suspect it's a bard spell.
Yeah. Enhanced diplomacy.
Okay, so you guys are casting some spells. They're watching you.
Yeah, I'll
Gather information takes like 1d4 hours, so it takes a lot of time with the Fae to get answers
Yeah.
out of them. They are suspicious of you.
I will start out though with just a general conversation that would fit within the time span.
Yep.
I'll hit you with the wand and
Okay.
sit there drinking my tea, listening.
Let's talk first about our goals here, and how we might live together in harmony. The corruption and disease of this place are gone. We've purged it, and seek to be your friends. I propose that we live here and within the walls of this place, as our home, and that you not harass us or any of our friends along the road itself within these walls, but you may dispose as you like of any that wander off the path, other than those of us here in the group. We'll man the fence at the gate at the entrance to the valley, wind the iron monstrosity, and defend the valley from interlopers.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check. This is. Are you trying to improve your relations with these Fae, or are you trying to, given your current relations with them, propose a pact?
I think I'd rather improve relations than than get to a pact.
So you kind of like, these
Yeah.
are the things that we might be able to come to an accord on.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm going with it. We can take plenty of time to get there.
Sure.
Yeah, do diplomacy.
You're getting a
That's 11.
+2 from the wand.
Lucky number 13. D20 plus 13. 24.
If this was the time before, when that particular grin of tooth fairies ruled over this place, when they served the foul Bogart
Who is also dead.
and the satyr,
Also did.
the satyr from beyond,
Hmm.
now since they are gone, we welcome you amongst the Fey nations here. There are others we have kept to ourselves, as is our desire to keep to ourselves.
Good, yes.
We notice that you are quite resilient. You've only traveled the path several times. We've noticed that you avoid even your own kind, she says to the professor. They apparently don't know about the key. But they obviously notice that you've been working a lot and not
Yeah.
going to and fro.
Yeah.
We are open to future relations and trade. We will not tell you our numbers are kind until we trust, but you may call us as you did.
Oh yes, the price is lots of teeth.
You are welcome to hold court anytime you need to in this manner as well.
We will assume that these lumbering lugs are under your protection.
Indeed. I'll make sure that they treat our friends well. We will try to collect only the dead wood from nearby.
In the far end of the valley, there are some dire beasts that we would rather not be hunted.
Understood.
Beasts?
There is a small family of bears. They protect
Some places that are ours. The Fae have so few places left in the world to call their own.
Yes,
This
it is true.
quite crowded. Yes.
And the teeth.
Yes, yes.
Did someone say tea?
Oh no, teeth. The tea is the first part of tea.
Oh, a scholar.
Yes, a tooth scholar.
Some walks call that dentists. Have you studied?
Dentistry. Yes. We are all dentists. We are born dentists. We die dentists.
Sonny, would you like some tea?
I'm fine for now.
Are you sure? I could pop in.
I'm sure Malbut's not busy, could make one.
It's fine.
Pixies, Griggs, tooth fairies. There are others. We will let them know that you have carved out your domain here. We will let them know that there is a... She says the name of your race.
Gathlane?
I think we renamed them for
I
this
think you
campaign.
did. A Nehetka.
While rare, you are a... Where is your race listed? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Race, tree spirit, Nehetka.
You are a tree spirit.
Yes. The only one of my kind that I know.
There are no others of your kind in this valley, she says.
That's too bad, but unsurprising. We were driven with many fae from our home pearl, as it began to fail. But I've never known my family.
It is sad what has happened to Garden.
Yes, it is. I think it will happen to all of them as fall turns to winter.
Oh yes, teeth fall out in winter.
It's not really.
Don't really know about that one, really.
I am a dentist scholar.
Quite right.
Ah,
I defer to you.
Do you know the size of the valley?
The valley stretches around the side of the mountain. The only way in is this road.
Ah, okay. So it sort of
Kind of curves around, yeah.
the mountain, kind of
Yep.
into kind of a nook between mountains, sort of, or
Yep.
something, or
Yep.
into the mountain. Okay, good. Nice. So I can see it by seeing the mountain. Any places of interest nearby that we should avoid or respect or something along those lines?
Yes.
Were you friends with Bark Wilder?
No.
Oh, good. He's also dead.
Spiders live in his home now, I believe.
Oh. Wasn't there a fae in Mark Wilder's thing? There's
It was a
Kitsune.
Kitsune.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we avoided Bark Wilder as we avoided this
There
place.
was also a Tooth Fairy.
Oh, right,
I'm not
right.
going to mention the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's going to ask about the Tooth Fairy.
Nope, and
And the Tooth
other
Fairy
two
doesn't give a
fairies
shit
care.
either. Yeah.
Because it's competition for teeth.
Yep.
Do I have any spare teeth?
I seem to have misplaced mine.
So
I
that
see some inside. Do you have any you do not need?
if you have a better resident for Bark Wilder's abode,
Spiders are a pretty good resident.
if you introduce them to us, I'm sure that we could come to an agreement that they could live there undisturbed.
Oh, near the road. Perhaps we will drop teeth at bridge. At tooth bridge.
More like Spider Bridge now.
Not clear that would be our best option, but
I will spread the word amongst the fae to see if there are any that wish to take up residence at the bridge.
sure.
That like spiders, I'm just saying.
Spiders don't have the right kind of teeth.
Any place that we should avoid or respect, please let us know. Especially for places within, say, a half day's travel from.
You should
there.
avoid the labyrinth.
Ooh.
It's not far from here. It's where your satyr friend lived. It's where the other satyrs live. They are wrong.
They are from beyond the valley, and they have taken up and caused problems for you.
They're the ones that corrupted the Malavellas.
Ooh.
Ah.
They're the ones that guarded their secrets. They serve dark forces. You should not go there.
Dark forces? Say, do you know what type of dark forces? Ooh.
Do you know of any regular visitors to the valley that we might expect to see about, or any recent visitors that would be friend or foe?
The horrible Gedrin, the Boggart is dead.
Yeah.
He who waits to eat, I assume, is dead, if you're living in his manor.
Dead. Actually, you can see his animated skeleton wandering about around the outside of the house.
There was, a long time ago, a knight that came a-looking, but he was turned to wood.
Huh.
Haven't seen him.
They will search again.
They won't find anything.
I suppose you know of the metal horror that guards the road.
Yes.
Most of us avoid it by flying.
Oh, yes, we're good flyers.
That's what I did. Lured it off to the side a bit. We'll lure it back onto the path and keep it wound.
There may be comings and goings amongst the satyr of the Labyrinth, but we don't bother those folk, and they don't bother us.
It sounds like an acceptable arrangement.
Oh, yes, the war is now over because the tooth fairies are dead.
Yes, the greener tooth fairies that lived in this manor were allies of Gedrin's. They're the ones that began to hunt us.
They came with the satyr and fell with the satyr. We tried for quite some time to treat them gently and give them opportunities to escape, but it was not to be.
The satyr are strange creatures, at least the ones that are there. Gone from them is mirth and joy, as if they have none but wicked.
Perhaps a hex is upon them.
No, they are in service to forces that are corrupt.
I will curse these forces
Oh, yes, corruption of teeth is bad. That's why you have to always brush.
and pipe them to their doom. Someday.
But if you don't brush, that's okay, because tooth fall out and then we take tooth. It is a conundrum.
Rotting teeth, though? You can't enjoy those, can you?
Sometimes they taste good.
Ugh.
We really like baby teeth. They don't hurt as much when they put them in our mouth.
I don't think any of them have baby teeth.
Ah, rats.
Is there anything you would like us to bring to you if we go back and forth between here and the city?
The humans don't have anything that we want. The Greeks might want new strings for their instruments. If you have anyone that can create magic arrows, that might also do well. We spent a lot of hours in the war against the certain tooth fairies.
Not us, the other ones.
I'll raise an eyebrow at that remark, and
We have a truce.
Oh, yes, truce. Very close to tooths.
yes. Well,
Also remember,
thank you for coming to meet with me. It is wonderful to see fellows, creatures of the forest, spirits of the woodlands.
The satyrs of the Labyrinth sleep as if they are in communion with their dark forces. They can sleep for a long time. As you know, we Fae are long-lived. His brothers will come for him. We do not have the power and the motivation to stand against them.
Yes, his dark forces you spoke of. Perhaps you would care to elaborate?
If you would but warn us, if you see them stir, or you see threats to the valley,
If we
any
can.
threat to the valley is a threat to us, and we would help repulse it.
It
It's
is
a threat that we left alone, and they left us alone until this Gedron came.
We are sorry
Yes, they're very, very
we are sorry that they've awakened them.
convincing. He gave us tea.
Yes, I've heard Gedron make arguments before. He was less convincing to me, perhaps because I did not want teeth.
Lots of good feeling giant teeth.
Yes.
He was good trade partner. Sad that he did.
He took children from mothers. Took
Oh, yes.
children from the streets and brought them here.
Oh yes, with all their shiny pearls.
Killed them and fed them to the creature that lived at the heart of this place.
But we got the teeth.
Yes. Yes, you did.
she's like obviously in another life, in another situation,
Yeah.
would be at war with the
Oh, yeah.
tooth.
Enough of this topic.
We didn't like talking about teeth, but okay.
I will... Give me a moment. Just a couple of minutes. Let me bring you a couple of gifts.
Okay.
I'll fly upstairs and ask Mokrenom for a bag of teeth.
Yes.
I will take a handful of teeth out of the bag of teeth. Like 10 teeth.
Yep.
So I'll decrement it from around 500 to around 490.
Yeah, you can keep exact count.
While
He's ecstatic with the teeth.
And
he's gone, I'm gonna.
I will
ask him
harvest a fruit from the tree.
Okay. She looks puzzled at the tree.
If there are any fruits on it, I'll bet there's some fruits on it.
While she's gathering
And that stuff, I'll cast a glamour on myself and an enhanced diplomacy from the wand.
Okay.
And ask them, tell me more about these dark forces the satyrs worship.
An Emperor Nectarine. Yes.
Why?
It's good to know what darkness is lurking in the woods.
There is a well down there.
Well,
How do you know that?
I don't know.
You've been down there before, haven't you?
Yes, but I did not look into the well. There was no teeth there. Others did.
Interesting.
yes. What else do you know about them? They're...
There was a voice in the well, and it was scary.
Have you observed any of their rituals? What sorts of dark things are they engaged in?
There were lots of leftover teeth.
Sacrifices.
Yes. I fucking love that guy.
I was too busy gathering the teeth to really hear what they were saying. There was some ugly lady in the well.
Ugly lady in the well.
I didn't understand what she was saying, but she was talking to the satyrs, and they were all mumbling and nodding like they were servants. Yeah.
And you say they sleep for great lengths and wake to
Oh yes, they're very old. Not a good idea to try to take their teeth because they wake up and kill you.
Do they talk of the covens?
Yes, there's coven there. Not 3, just 1. The well is 1 of coven, 1 of 3.
Surely there must be whispers of what this ugly lady in the well's name is.
Oh, no, my name.
You, though, son Boom Lashes, was it?
It was Booba. No. Bibi. No.
Baba?
Baba. Yeah, that's it. Booba.
means grandmother.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Yes. In an old tongue. As well as many that came after it.
Yes, Bubba?